Settings, and lastly, what makes this tone? I think I'm gonna steal that from Rick, because Rick has what makes this song great, and that's his own little series. Good for you, Rick. But I'm now creating what makes. So Rick comes for me. Rick. Yo, Rick, what makes this tone? What a great series already. What makes this tone great is. Everybody, welcome back to the Headbangers Hideout. My name is Tony. If you haven't already, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we upload videos every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year here at the Headbangers Hideout. Today's featured tone is going to be from the Rolling Stones' Some Girls album, featuring Keith Richards on guitar. I always loved this song when it came out, and it's called Shattered by the Rolling Stones. All right, if you haven't already, real fast, click subscribe and hit the notification bell. Real quick, I'm using the Boss eBAND JS-10, which has the Boss GT100 effects processor built into it. You guys may have a bunch of effects processors, different than mine, obviously. But my settings, look at the screen. I'm going to show you all my settings. We have stop boxes, rack mounts, pedals, computer-based gear, Line 6 Helix, the Line 6 Pod, the Boss GT1000, 1000 core. We have the new Neuro DSP Quad Cortex, whatever. I'll get you there. If you have the Fractal Audio Axe-Fx 8, 1, 2, 3, whatever, I will get you there. No project or tone is too big for the Boss. If you want to join me, I'm tuned to, I think, the standard E. Yeah, I'm tuned to standard E. There's an open E. Here's a low E. And again, I'm going to bring you this retro tone. It's retro because it's not metal, but I do tones here also at the Headbangers Hideout. And Rolling Stones were a classic band. They still are. They're a classic band. Like Keith Richards, he's still ticking. He's still ticking, and he loves playing with the Telecaster, so I thought I would break out my Telecaster as well. All right, so real fast, look at the screen, and I'll get you there, right? Let's go ahead and begin. Don't come for me if I play it wrong. I just like the opening riff, because it is a phaser or a flanger tone. We'll get to it in just a second, all right? Let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right, real fast. These are all the effects I'm using. I'm using an amp, no compressor. You have overdrive distortion, a noise gate. We're using EQ, and we're using a phaser for this tone. That's the tone we're going for, right? So, and we're using delay. I don't know if he has a delay, but it's in there, but it's very subtle, all right? So, and we got reverb, all right? Let's go ahead and begin. The amp I'm using for this tone, Boss has an amp called Tweed, and that's emulating the Fender Tweed, I'm sorry, the Fender Bassman 410. So whatever amp modeling you would have, look for a Fender Bassman 410. That's what Boss calls Tweed. So that is an amp we're going to be using, a Fender Bassman 410. So look through all your amp modelings for a type of Fender like that, all right? That's my gain, as you can hear it. And that is my effect level. Alright, go ahead and look up on YouTube, type in Rolling Stones Shattered, and the song kicks ass. Alright, let's go ahead next. That is my bass, the middle, treble, and presence. Oh, the song just goes on and on and on, alright? Next in the chain. If you don't have this on your screen or effects, don't worry about it. It will not affect your tone. It just happens to be on my menu. So my bright I have off, and my T-comp it's on, but it's at 0. Alright? Lastly, as you can see, we're not going to be using any limiter or any compressor. So that's where we're at right there. No compressor. But I'm using an overdrive distortion. So let's go ahead and see what we're using. I chose a clean boost for this. If I turn the boost off, here is the Fender Bassman 410 by itself. Still a great tone. I just wanted to add a boost because you'll be playing with drums or bass, the singer, and you want to punch it. So I added a clean boost. I'm going to put it back on. These are the settings for my clean boost. My drive is at 20, bottom at -5, tone at 0, and my effect level at 55. And then it goes. So that is my overdrive that I chose, the clean boost. You can use it if you want to. If you don't, that's up to you. Again, my tones are free. Dial it in as best you can by looking at the screen. Lock it in, and then go ahead and tweak it to make it sound good or better through your system. That's all I can say. Right, next, my noise gate. It's pretty much right in the middle, so I have my noise gate at 52. All right, now I am using EQ, and so the EQ is as follows. Low gain 0, high gain 0. My effect level is at 4, +4. Next in my EQ chain, there it is. Alright, and then one more chain right there. High mid frequency 4.00, high mid Q at 1, high mid gain at 0. And lastly in the EQ chain, low cut and high cut, I have both set at flat. Now if I turn the EQ off, let's see if you need an EQ to get this tone. Remember, I'm using the Fender Bassman amp, right, with my overdrive pedal. But now I took the EQ off. Let's see how it sounds without the EQ. Now, if you don't have EQ and you don't want to use EQ, you don't have to use EQ. I don't think Keith Richards was getting all into his effects. He probably just plugged his guitar in, hit a phaser, and he was good to go. So I'm just trying to emulate as best I can the studio version and live version if you want with the delay. So here it is without the EQ. Remember on the EQ effect level, I had it at +4. This is how it sounds when I turn the EQ on. So you decide if you want EQ with your tone or not. I have it with mine, and here it is with it. Off. Back on. See, the EQ gives it more of a boost. So the boost part is up to you. You can just turn the amp louder or use the EQ and keep the amp volume the same. So I'm getting more volume with my EQ rather than having to turn up the amp volume. So that's where you can give and take and play with it, all right? I chose an EQ. Alright, so that is it for the EQ. And look, we just have 3 more settings and we're done with this tone. Alright, obviously I'm using a phaser pedal. I don't know what they used back then. MXR. Who knows what he used back in 80, 81. I think that's when Some Girls came out. In 80 or 81. And these are my settings for the phaser. My rate is at 63, my depth at 61, and my resonance at 12. I put on some headphones, I played the album, and I just try to match the frequency. That's how I got my settings there. Now, what makes this tone great? Isn't that, look, Rick Beato, what makes this song great? Tony, what makes this tone great? Look, I just created a series. Sorry, Rick Beato, I came first. Rick, yo, Rick, what makes this tone great? What a great series already. What makes this tone great is Keith Richards out of the phaser. This is Shattered without the phaser tone. Not bad, but it doesn't sound like Shattered, right? You turn on the Keith Richards Shattered, or you turn on the Keith Richards phaser. And no, I don't know if I'm playing it right, but does that sound good? Alright, next, I added delay just to fatten up the tone real fast. If I turn the delay off, listen. Can't hear it, right? Now I have my delay time at 250, feedback at 27, high cut at flat. The effect level, I have it at 40. I just turned the delay off, right? If I turn the delay on, it's in there to fatten it up, but it's so subtle, your ears may not can tell the difference. Listen. No delay. A little bit of delay. There you go, you hear it? Very subtle, it's almost like a slap back at 250, right? I just happened to add it to beef it up. So there is my delay settings. And lastly, what makes this tone... I think I'm going to steal that from Rick, because Rick has what makes this song great, and that's his own little series. Good for you, Rick. But I'm now creating what makes... So Rick comes for me. Alright, and lastly, my reverb, I have plate. Now, I don't know what he used back then either. Whatever reverb that amp Bassman had, I'm sure that's what he used. Or whatever amp he used. I have plate. You can try room, ambient, hall, whatever you want to use. By all means, go for it. I'm using plate. My reverb time is at 3.15. My high cut is at 4.00. And my effect level is at 48. And there you have it. That is my, I call it Stone Shattered. You can call it Rolling Stones. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Call it whatever you like. I just happen to call mine Stones Shattered. All right, I'm Tony. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. All requests I will consider. If I can get to it, I will. And I will take up any tone challenge that I can. You know, I'm not perfect, but I love dialing in tones as best I can because many of us do not have all the pros equipment and engineering and mixing boards, whatever, and the wall of amps and different cabs and microphones. We don't have any of that. We don't have time for that. We like shortcuts. Some people just plug and play. Plug into an amp and go. Or they plug into maybe 2-3 pedals and they're good to go. And some of us have these elaborate, you know, custom modeling amp features on their little computers and so forth. But if we can dial them in as close to our favorite guitar players or bands, it's a lot of fun. So this is my tone. See, this Keith Richards tone sounds good for other stuff. Alright, I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks everybody, all new subscribers, welcome. And thanks so much for checking me out and supporting me and following my channel. It means a lot. And again, if I can make this channel fun for you, I'm 100% 80s heavy metal. But I also like to spread my wings and give you different tones that are not metal per se. So I love creating tones. And yes, we'll get back to the lessons very soon. And we'll get into more reaction videos very soon. They're already on the system. I just have to edit some stuff and then upload them. But in the meantime, I'm giving you a bunch of tones because I was away for literally like a month and a half because of my dog passed away December 17th. Like, I know the date. And since then, I'll just take a break. I was recording, making videos to keep myself busy, but I wasn't uploading videos for like a month and a half. And now it's great to be back with all of you that the videos are coming and coming. So this way you guys have variety and you can see my face. I can talk and hang with you guys. And then, wait, Pippi, no. Pippi, no. Pippi, no. Old habits die hard.